Are there speeches on the part of the majority? The chair recognizes Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Madam President. Last night I had the honor and privilege of attending the first State of the Union address by President Barack Obama. He talked about many of his public policy agenda items, and it was fascinating to see how prominently, in some cases, Philadelphia and Pennsylvania was mentioned. Recently, my colleague and chair of the Fiscal Stability Committee, Councilman Clark, held hearings dealing with the impact of the stimulus dollars coming from the federal government and an effort for Philadelphia to be better prepared to receive those dollars coming down the pike. And in that process, I thank leadership for allowing me to be the appointee to work with the steering committee on recovery with the administration. I am pleased to report that we went from a question mark to an exclamation point over the past months. We have managed to be recognized, similar to what we did with the mortgage foreclosure program, where HUD recognized Philadelphia as a model for dealing with foreclosures. We are now being recognized as a blueprint for how cities and governments can utilize stimulus money. We have pulled together a briefing for council to be held in the caucus room February 2nd at 2 p.m. for the administration, Dr. Barnett and Steve Agostini, to talk about what specifics we have done. But just to whet your appetite, we already know about the $300 million going to the school board. We know about the $300 million for highways, SEPTA $190 million, PICO $200 million for 600,000 smart meters that will tell people how to better conserve energy during peak periods of consumption. $43 million for housing stabilization fund, $27 million for small business loans, rebates, and greenworks, $26 million on a high-speed rail line from Harrisburg connecting Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. I've introduced a resolution, however, today to do one other component that is still undone, and that deals with the 24% poor population in the city of Philadelphia. We need to call upon Harrisburg to draw down on the $360 million eligible for TANA funds to do good things like job training, summer youth jobs, to take folk on assistance to move them to self-sufficiency, job training and the like, which Mox desperately needs to bring about a change in that 24% population. I think we've done a good job, but I think that we still have work yet undone. So we need to keep up our speed to do the recovery so that people not just on Wall Street, Main Street, but on my street get that relief. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice, Councilman Clark. I would just like to remind my colleagues that we do have a briefing in the caucus room immediately after council sessions regarding the Fairmount Park and recreation. The chair recognizes Councilman Clark for a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, before I call for adjournment, I'd just like to take a moment to commend and thank Councilman Jones for his willingness to serve with the administration on the stimulus issue. I guess it was somewhat of a coincidence, but it seems like the aggressive nature of our ability to get the necessary funding from Washington on the stimulus-related matters just happened to coincide with Councilman Jones' appointment to that committee. I'm sure that was just a coincidence, but I guess Councilman Jones, in his own little way, stimulated the process, and therefore it has accelerated our ability to get those money. And unlike some folks in Washington, Councilman Jones does get it. It's about jobs. So I just want to commend him and thank him for his service.